Hey, I'm Pastor Fred. This is the Follow Through, and I'm a people pleaser. I read a few books on this subject, and I was like, "Yep, that's me." Deep down, I want people to like me. I want, and it's really difficult when somebody, might think I'm worthless or not. Somebody says, "Man, I can't stand that guy." It's tough, and I think we all, on some level, want to please others. Even somebody who says, "I don't care what people think." I think there's certain people that I'd be willing to bet you do care what they think. You may not care what a lot of people think, but you see what I'm saying? There's still some people that we all want to please. And I want to ask you, who are you trying to please? What are you trying to please? Because it really does matter. It's gonna result in your focus on life and what you see to be important, how you treat other people. It's all gonna be there. Now, I don't want to be a people pleaser. I want someone who pleases God. I want to be somebody who says, you know what, in the end, I want to glorify God. In the end, I want to do God's thing. In the end, I want to have Him be pleased with my life, with my conduct, with my attitude, with what I said to people and how I conducted my life. So let's look at 2 Corinthians. We're going to grab a couple of verses today in chapter 5 of 2 Corinthians. We're going to look at verses 8 through 10. Okay, here we go. Paul says, and he repeats something that he repeated in yesterday's video. He says, yes, we are of good courage. Right? He had said that we're always of good courage because, yeah, we're of good courage, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord, right? If we had a choice, give me heaven. I want to be there. He says, so whether we're at home or away, so regardless of that situation, whether God says, yes, I'm going to take you home, or whether we're here and it's groaning and it's difficulty, but it's also joy in the Lord and what He has done. He goes, we make it our aim to please Him. We make it our goal, our aim. That's what we want to do. That's the target, to please God. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may receive what is due for what he has done in the body, whether it is good or evil. Now, again, we can approach this as terrifying or just reality, right? And I think God wants us to take it as reality, because Paul's saying, look, God has given you this life. And the reason why, I'm still here and others who serve God, it's to serve God. It's to love other people. It's to let them know about Jesus. I know that truth. I know He bled for me. He died for me. He gave His life for me. I want as many people to know that as possible, right? I want to tell as many people that truth as possible, right? That's why I preach. That's why I do these videos. That's why all of this happens. But I realize that there's going to be a judgment, and I realize that in that judgment, I deserve to be written off. However, because Jesus died and rose, and those things I just said, those realities, my sins have been forgiven. I have been set free. I've been given heaven as my home. My eternal destination is eternity with the Father, because Jesus rose triumphantly from the dead. There's going to be a new heavens and a new earth, and I get to be with Him in that forever with fellow believers. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So whether I'm here enjoying and struggling a bit, or there, full-blown triumph and just glory and all of that, my aim is to please God. Because at the end, I realize that I don't have to fear that judgment. That I know that He loves me, and I know that He has set me free, and He's given me that life. And what's going to drive me is that I want Him to say at the end, good and faithful servant, well done, awesome, awesome. You lived in that freedom, you lived in that joy. See, that's the point. That this would direct us and to say, you know what, that's what I want my life to say. That's what I want my days to be about. Because again, sometimes we just walk through, we're sort of floating through life. We're sort of wandering through life, and there's no goal, there's no aim, as Paul says it in this text. I want us to have an aim, and that's to please God. That aim, that at the end, God would say, man, look at the people whose lives were changed because of you, the people who knew they were loved because of you. who knew that God cared because of you. Man, that's what I want. So let's work at that today. Again, trusting that God's going to give us all the opportunities. He's the one who's going to give us the words to say and the ability to say them. So let's, again, let's have faith in Him. You have a great rest of your day. If this helps you, share this with somebody and hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you next time for another follow through.